Hey there, welcome to another episode of Galaxy Gardens. My name is Chrissy and today we're going to be starting our garden. I finally figured out where we're going to be putting everything and we got to get our seeds going. I was thinking of doing them a couple weeks ago, but quite honestly, we've been enjoying taking a break. We've been doing a little bit of traveling and we started a new renovation project. So that's really taken up our time, and YouTube's kind of like a side thing right now, but I really wanted to show you what we're growing this year. I do have some videos I've done before where we go through the whole seed starting process. If you want to check that out, I'll put it in the description, links to those videos so you can see our process. And I really just want to show you what we're doing this year and get things going because it's St. Patrick's Day weekend right now, and this is the perfect time if you live in our type of area to get a lot of things going. I think, and I'm just looking outside, we've had some very good weather recently, so it's looking like it's going to be an early spring, but you never know because we live in New England. We could get snow next week for all I know. It could change its mind. I wanted to start some lettuce outside. We did get some soil. I do need to move our compost from the pile into the actual raised beds and add the soil on top, so that'll be a fun project. But let me go ahead, get our seeds together. I'm gonna finish our coffee and then we're gonna get into it and really show you where we're at this year. It took me a minute to actually find these little recycled socks that I use, which is good because I don't have any paper towels. So we have our Petri dishes here. We have our garden plants, 21, 22, 23, and now 2024. That looks awesome. We're doing what I'm gonna call an easy garden this year. And by easy, it means mostly things that we're not gonna harvest till the fall. So you can see we have corn, peppers, dry beans, and then sweet potatoes, but we're also gonna, obviously the tomatoes and herbs and green beans we'll be getting to sooner than later. You can see here sort of what our plan is. I might add some more to that. I grew a ton of radishes last year, which was great, but honestly a little bit too much for us. I like radishes, but I can't even eat that many. There's so many put away. These are our beds on the other side of our house. I actually took a peek and I'll go out there again. All of our garlic started popping up, and the garlic never lies. That's why I think we're gonna have an early spring. Also, I checked on our potato onions and Egyptian walking onions, and those seem to be popping up as well. I did see some vole tunnels in there when I was checking. That should be fine. They really don't eat anything. We've been pretty lucky with that, so I'm just gonna let it go. Our potatoes haven't come in yet, but we're gonna do half and half Baltic rose and Adirondack red, and I'll show you the ones, the Baltic roses that we saved in our garage just as whole potatoes to plant, and they're doing pretty good. So we'll give you an update on that, and given how well it did, we might actually do that for bulk storage this year. We also have a couple beds in the front of our house that in the past we've had corn in. Last year we had garlic in. This year it's gonna be our greens, kales, lettuce, and Swiss chard, and then a whole bed of cardoon. Over by where we have grown our tobacco last year and our cardoon last year, I got some garden huckleberries. These are different from the ones that prefer to go around mountains. I don't think they're a true huckleberry, but I'll show you the seed packet in a minute. I got some new ground cherries. Hopefully they're actually ground cherries this year. And then I got some fancy flowers to try out that I think will do good over there. And then once we get our fruit trees out of the basement, I think I'm gonna do a batch of cauliflower since those seem to grow well down there. I'm giving up on broccoli. I've tried for years and years to grow broccoli. It's just not my jam, but I did get a cauliflower, so we're gonna try that. And then we've grown kohlrabi quite well on our porch in the past, so I'm gonna see about doing that again because it's super tasty. So this is the garden this year. We're not growing in between our mini orchard. I actually need to spray them. It just keeps raining every other day, so I'm trying to find at least like a 48-hour period where it's not gonna rain because the sprays I use need to sit for at least 24 hours. Yeah, so that's the garden. Let me show you the varieties. You can see over here I got a whole pile of stuff. That is a smattering of celery, flowers, herbs, etc. Kind of a couple of the main ones that I'm interested in this year is I'm growing safflower because I'm not patient enough to grow saffron. Apparently it's a good substitute, so we're doing that. And hyssop because that is my favorite minty type item. I also have some lettuce there since I'll be going outside and getting the beds ready. I'll plant some of that, probably some carrots today. And then bringing it over here, I already got some of my labeling done. So we have mermaid's tail cabbage, ground cherries, these garden huckleberries. So they're not like the mountain huckleberries. I've come to find out, I don't think we can grow huckleberries here. So I found these, we're gonna give them a go. Apparently they're good for jam, but not really for like fresh eating once they're ripe. So thought that'd be fine. Never had a huckleberry before, so let's see here. We're only doing 2 peppers this year because they're our favorite ones for hot sauce. So we're doing atomic starfish and yellow fatale. I also am quite fond of the orange fatale. But I didn't order any seeds, and these are the ones I have. And I think I have ones that I saved seeds from last year, but I have to find the seed packet because it's missing. And then we're sticking to 4 tomatoes this year. So I'm gonna be doing a whole bed of Jersey Devils because they are huge and really, really tasty. Great for sauce. I still have a couple jars of Jersey Devil sauce that I'm interested in using. The Black Seaman, I think we're doing a 50-50 between these two with the Brad's Atomic Grape. And then I like this as a good yellow tomato. I made a mango salsa last year with this. Is really good, so I'm doing a whole bit of that. And there you go. So not too much we actually need to put in our little Petri dishes today. So that's nice. I'm gonna have to go through there and figure out what I'm gonna be direct sowing. I don't know if I'll get to it today, but definitely tomorrow because it's gonna rain, I think. But I got some stickers ready. I gotta wash my low cups out. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I got busy with some other things, so it's the next day, but we finished starting all of our seeds that were just getting going that have the longest periods of time. Let's go check it out. Under here are the tomatoes and peppers I got going yesterday. You can see there's some condensation on here, which is exactly what we want. So we have our Jersey Devil, and I'm gonna aim for at least 8 of them. Now I check these daily just to make sure the condensation is right. Now these are seeds that I saved last year, and they're gonna take more than overnight to get going. So I expect these will probably pop and be ready for transplanting in probably another, let's say 2 to 4 days. Although this is not a seed starting video, I do have a tip. When you do the paper towel method, where you have damp paper towel, you keep it in something to keep it damp. In my case, I'm using recycled socks and Petri dishes. You can also use paper towel in like a Ziploc bag. You want to put it somewhere that is warm. So some seeds do need some light in order to sprout, and other ones don't. I've used that area in our cabinet the last few years. It's great. There's a heater underneath it, and they seem to respond pretty well. Moving along, I have some salt-cured egg yolks that I'm just air drying. I ran out of cheesecloth, so we're using a cookie rack. But I'm making some lemon bread today with salt-cured lemon. It's on its secondary rise right now, and I'm going to, in just a moment, move it over for its final rise before I bake it. So that's what's going on. And then today, we thought we could do is try our berry wine. This is in an old Coquito bottle. So let me go ahead and pour it up. We'll give it a go. It's time to try the wine. And I actually tried some before this. It came out really good. So I got our nice wine glass out. Now for as red as the bottle is, you can see the wine is actually pretty much the same color. Really, really tasty. I wanted Greg to be here for a taste test moment, but he's out of town. I couldn't wait. So first off, very fruity flavor, or scent rather. It smells very raspberry. Now there are raspberries, blackberries, and blueberries in this, but that raspberry scent really came out. Beautiful clarity on this. And it's also quite dry, I think. I'll have to double check. You can check our last video for this, for what the alcohol percentage is. I want to say it's like 11 something. Ooh, that's really good. That's really good. I think we'll definitely make another batch of this. I still have some champagne yeast. And I guess I'll just watch our last video where we actually made this to do the process again, because it came out super good. So if you have a lot of berries this year and you're someone who can responsibly and safely enjoy alcohol, this is for you. If you're someone who is not comfortable or would be best to stay away from alcohol, the beginning part of our recipe before you even do the fermentation actually makes a brilliant fruit juice. So definitely recommend. Oh, it's really good. I'm gonna save this for dinner. To shift gears, I figured since I showed you my bread loaf, I'll show you what I'm doing with it today. I'm trying something different. I really like putting it in the Dutch oven. I think I get a perfect loaf of bread that way. Wanted to see how it would come out when I put it in a loaf pan. So I stretched and folded it and put it in here, just kind of stretched it sideways. So I'm gonna let it rise again for the next hour or so. It's got a decent hydration level. So we're gonna bake it in here and see what happens. I did say I would show you how our potatoes are doing though, so let's go check it out and then we're gonna wrap it up for today. I have my figs in here that I just checked on. They're starting to get a little antsy. They're gonna wanna go outside soon. Over here, in this little red bag, we have our potatoes that I saved from our harvest. Oh, and they're right on time. Let me pull a couple of these out. So, it's getting to be about growing time. You can see these are just starting to chit, which is awesome. It's exactly what I was hoping. This is still very firm. I was saving these specifically as seed potatoes. This one's probably on the larger end. These are Baltic Rose. I just didn't wash them off. If I did, you'd see they were very red skin. These are right on time. I'm probably gonna get my usual potato shipment probably in another week or two, and those will go outside. So these are perfect. They just started doing this. I checked on them a couple weeks ago, and they were still like very hard. So I think we'll probably store most of our potatoes in here next year. This is still very firm. It's very slight give, but look at that. It's perfect, perfect, perfect. And you can see all the ones in here are about the same size. So let me pull this one out again. So it just fits in my palm. It's probably the size of my palm. It's the perfect size seed potato. When they get really big, there's a chance that they could go bad sooner than expected. Or if they're smaller, they might dehydrate faster than expected. These are all looking stellar, so definitely gonna plant these out. I have 20 pounds of potatoes coming, and I think here, somewhere between 5 and 10 pounds. But I'll definitely plant all of these, why not? I love potatoes, and they're doing great. You can see our herbs here that we use for the chickens. I've started including this in their feed. We just get whatever's at the store. Everyone's laying, we're getting like 7 eggs a day right now. So we get the one with calcium in it. We have a very busy lifestyle, so we honestly can't do the, daily fermenting of the food to stretch it. So we'll pay a little extra, that's fine. And we'll add in these herbs, thyme, cilantro, sage, rosemary. Back here, you can't really see it, but we have calendula and oregano. And I'll just mix that up in here. I don't know, for a big bucket like this, maybe between like a quarter to a half cup. I just kind of shake it in there, and when it feels right, mix it in. And the girls seem to really like it. And I've noticed a difference in their eggs. Their yolks are much more orange with the calendula addition. Oh, look how nice it is out. Looks great. I want to order soil, but our usual soil place doesn't sell till April. So I got some bags, but I didn't put them out yet. But I really should, because I just bought lettuce from the store today, and it was super expensive. So I at least need to put some out so I can start some lettuce and cilantro out here. But absolutely stunning. It was supposed to downpour today. We had a nice, brisk, sunny day instead. And it's St. Patrick's Day, so if you celebrate, happy St. Patrick's Day. Gave the girls some cabbage. Let's see if I can zoom in. I gave them a purple cabbage. Not really sure what to make of it, but they seem to enjoy it. But yeah. Oh, look at that sky. Not to leave you hanging, here's how the bread loaf came out. I think I put too much dough on that side, but put a little butter on the top. Looks good. Gonna let it cool down and try it. But it's another bread loaf down for the count. What are you doing, Scout? Oh, she's a good cat. I appreciate you hanging out today. If you haven't joined our channel, I want to say welcome. If you've been here for a while, you've probably noticed that it's been a little bit since we last released a video. And I'll tell you, the past month has just flown by. Probably every other day I was reminding myself like, oh yeah, I should probably do an update on the wine. And just time gets away from me. It happens. We're getting through the end of the winter, and honestly, it was so invigorating this weekend to do a full garden prep, getting our starts going. We have some stuff that we like direct sown in the cups. Other things we start in the Petri dishes because they just do better germination wise, and then we'll transfer them to cups probably in a few days. It's a really exciting time of year, and we're ambitious. We really are. Every year. Every year I tell myself, oh, we'll make it, a little more automatic running. And this year we're really trying to prioritize efficiency to get maximum yield. So in some cases where we typically like to do our really tight planting together, we're actually going to space some stuff out. Thinking of like cabbages and peppers, because our pepper plants do get bigger when they have a little more space around them. We just happen to get enough of a harvest when you cram them together. So we're not super worried about whatever kind of general spacing there is for plants. We're just probably expanding it, apart a little bit more than we usually do. In probably another month, we'll start our summer squashes and winter squash. I don't know where I'm going to put them. I think what I'll do, because it's not my garden plan, I think what I'll do is where our strawberries are. We tried to grow onions last year in like the last third area. We'll probably put our summer squashes there, and they'll be good companions with the strawberries. But it's an exciting time of year. You get through the end of winter. And for us New Englanders, I mean, this is really 6 months of just, oh man, it's getting darker out, it's getting colder out, and then now we're coming back from it. Now we're moving into our 6 months of just absolutely gorgeous weather. Personally, Greg and I were trying to do a lot more camping than we did, biking, hiking, try to do some traveling. We're trying to keep travel a little more limited this year if we can. Keep doing our house updates. We've been here about 4 years now, and it's so nice to have the outside of the house look the way we want, and now start having the inside of the house look the way we want, which we were renters for years, so we never really had the opportunity, and it feels good. We're really happy about it because this was a long time coming, a lot of saving, a lot of planning. And the renovation we're actually doing right now is we're updating our counters. So we have these, like, I don't even know when they were installed counters that I think are like plywood and laminate on there. And we're gonna get like a new sink, new counters. It's gonna look stunning. We'll show you that when it's done. It's gonna make some cooking videos a lot more fun because I have a more usable kitchen. So I'm personally really excited about that. But that's just a personal life update for you. I definitely have more things on the way. If you've been keeping track on Instagram, if you haven't, we are at the Galaxy Gardens. You can check the link in the description if you want to follow us. I usually update there before anywhere else. But I was putting out, if you were in the Western Mass area and you're looking to either purchase some starts or you need some help getting starts going, let me know. You can reach out to me on Instagram or via our Gmail, which I believe is galaxygardens2021@gmail.com. I have limited space, but I'm starting to get some orders in. So if that's something you're looking for, I'm going to be using the same exact seed starting medium, that Sungrow, I forget what it's called, and our own little, cups that we have. Very inexpensive. It's gonna be like $5 or less, and you'll definitely get more than you do if you go to the nursery. And it'll also be some interesting varieties, so you're welcome to send me your varieties or use some of mine. I think I have 74 kinds of tomatoes alone, as well as all of our hot peppers, so lots of things that can get going. And I'm working on doing the kind of back end stuff you need to do so I can do some virtual consulting for you. Probably gonna start with some like free like 15-minute consults and go from there. I just need to figure out, you know, like the sign up portion of that, you know, what service are we gonna do the video calls on, how our payment's gonna work, all that stuff. Haven't gotten that far, and just need to sit down at the computer and get it in motion. And that way, you know, it'll be accessible throughout the growing season. If you have your garden going already, or if you're just getting started, please send me pictures. You can tag me on our Facebook group, Instagram, Threads, TikTok, wherever you're at. Please send it to me. I really want to see it. So until next time, I want to wish you a great start to your garden season, or if you're somewhere where you're kind of coming to the end of your main garden season, let me see your harvest. I hope you have a good time. I'll see you next time, and we'll definitely have some more frequent videos coming up.